On March 6, 2025, the world watched as SpaceX's Starship launch system took flight. The mission was a test flight, the seventh one for this program. This was an uncrewed flight. The massive vehicle, consisting of the Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft, lifted off from Texas. The goal was to send Starship into orbit. This was a crucial step for SpaceX's ambitions to reach the Moon and Mars. About 10 minutes into the flight, disaster struck. Multiple engines on the Starship spacecraft failed. This happened over the Atlantic Ocean. The spacecraft began to tumble out of control. The result was a fiery explosion. Debris rained down from the sky. The explosion was visible from miles away. People on cruise ships in the Atlantic watched in awe and fear. The sonic boom from the explosion and falling debris was felt in the Turks and Caicos Islands. The incident served as a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration. Clint Gerald, a passenger on a nearby cruise ship, described the scene. He called it eerie yet awesome. He said the debris looked like a meteor shower. Social media was flooded with photos and videos of the event. People were both fascinated and frightened by what they saw. The sonic booms from the falling debris caused concern on the ground. Initial reports suggested that the debris had fallen into the Atlantic. However, SpaceX later clarified that the debris landed within a designated hazard area. This area was chosen to minimize the risk to populated areas. The Turks and Caicos Islands were closest to the explosion. There were reports of minor damage on some of the islands. Seismic data confirmed that the sonic booms were strong enough to cause tremors on the ground. Fortunately, there were no reports of injuries. The explosion caused significant disruptions to air travel in the region. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, established a debris response area. This area covered a large swath of the Atlantic. Flights were diverted or grounded, leading to delays and cancellations. Matt Morley, a charter pilot, was forced to divert his plane. He said that the FAA had closed a large area around the Turks and Caicos Islands. Morley had to find an alternate route for his passengers. The closure highlighted the widespread impact of the explosion. The Turks and Caicos Islands Airport Authority also took action. They diverted incoming flights and grounded departing flights. This caused inconvenience for travelers, but it was necessary to ensure safety. The airport authority worked closely with the FAA to manage the situation. Investigations into the cause of the explosion began immediately. SpaceX is leading the investigation, with the FAA providing oversight. The goal is to determine what went wrong and prevent similar incidents in the future. Preliminary findings suggest that multiple engines on the Starship spacecraft failed, causing the spacecraft to lose control and break apart. The exact cause of the engine failures is still under investigation. SpaceX engineers are analyzing data from the flight. The Turks and Caicos government is working with the UK Space Agency to assess the debris and ensure that it is handled safely. The investigation is ongoing, and it may be some time before a definitive cause is determined. Despite the setback, SpaceX remains committed to its Starship program. The company views this explosion as a learning opportunity. SpaceX has a history of aggressive testing and rapid iteration. They have learned from past failures and used those lessons to improve their designs. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, has said that the company will continue to develop Starship. He believes that Starship is essential for humanity's future in space. The company is already working on the next iteration of the Starship launch system. The explosion of Starship was a reminder of the challenges of space exploration. However, it also highlighted the importance of pushing the boundaries of technology. SpaceX's determination to learn from this experience will likely shape the future of space travel for years to come.